Welcome to the Calculus, a collection of micro lectures, video lessons, and sample exercises. Let's compute the antiderivative of this given rational function using the chain rule. Now looking at this given, we have here the integral of 1 over 5x minus 10 dx. Now we are going to use here the chain rule as required, but of course just by looking with this, you can actually look into the idea of moving the entire denominator as one function with a negative exponent. However, if you're going to do that, the integral of 5x minus 10 power of negative 1 dx, and you would like to use here the chain rule, you'll be accepting this as a composite function, but your exponent here is actually negative 1. Hence, you cannot use the power rule for this, because the power rule tells us that this is equal to x to the power of n plus 1 over n plus 1, given that your n is not equal to negative 1. Okay? But since, again, the exponent is negative 1, then we cannot use this. So basically, you can still look into this as a composite function, but no longer a function with negative exponent. So how do we do this? Now allow me to look into this as just a certain function with 1 over 5x minus 10 dx. Treating the denominator as it is, but that is the function now inside another function. Hence, this is what we will do here. Okay, again, we cannot use what we've been using previously in using the power rule, but we have a lot of rules for antiderivative, right? What we can do here is, if we're going to let that f of g of x, because before we can use the chain rule, we must establish that this is actually considered as a composite function. So you have here 1 over 5x minus 10, but treating this as 1, you can say that your f of x now is just 1 over x, where your x is another function g of x, 5x minus 10. Meaning, this will be treated as 1, so you have your 1 over x. In this case, you have your 1 over x dx. And for this rule, we have a rule for anti-differentiation for that. This is actually considered as the logarithmic rule of anti-differentiation, telling us, okay, that if we have the integral of 1 over x dx, this is equivalent to the natural logarithm of your function x plus c. But this time, it's no longer just x. It's actually another function in the name of g of x. Okay? So for that, yes, we can now establish that our given function is a composite function, but no longer a function with negative exponent, but it is 1 over x function. Okay? So with that, we can now use here the chain rule. Okay? The chain rule, looking into that later, the chain rule, don't forget, tells us that if we have a certain integral, this is for our chain rule, of 1 over, let's not forget, it's actually f of g of x. Before we can integrate that, we are going to include here g prime of x before dx, so that this will be equivalent to the antiderivative of your function f together with the g of x in itself plus c. But this would use this rule, not the rule of power. Again, we cannot use the power rule, because if we're going to come up with an expression with negative exponent, the negative exponent is negative 1, and it's the only restriction for us to use the power rule. Okay, so in this case, what we need to do here or integrate is this function here, because this is already f of g of x. What we need to do is to include here g prime of x. It's the derivative of your g of x before we can integrate that using the outer function itself. So we are going to include here g prime of x, or the first derivative of 5x minus 10, which is actually 5. Okay, the first derivative of 5x minus 10 is 5 minus 0, or simply just 5. So going back here in our given, you have here the integral of 1 over 5x minus 10 Okay, then you're going to apply here times your 5 before your dx. We're doing this so that we can use the chain rule because we have established that the given can be expressed as a composite function using 1 over x instead again of the negative exponent. But take note that once we apply 5 here, we are now changing the expression. We need to make sure to neutralize that by having here, let me change the color of this 5 so that you will be able to appreciate what I'm going to do here. As I included 5 that will describe g prime of x, we need to find here or multiply multiple here 1 over 5. So that can just be cancelled, meaning we are just returning to the given. This is our given, right? But we will not be cancelling that because the goal here is to structure this with the chain rule. So we're going to leave 1/5 at the outside it in itself. Let me provide it here. This is just be equivalent to 1 over 5. And since this fits the criteria for chain rule, let's just simply provide here the result or the antiderivative of the outer function. And again, we will be following the logarithmic rule, natural logarithm of x, where our x here is another function g of x. So this means this is actually times the natural logarithm of your g of x. Then you will have your plus c, as the rule states. Of course, you can write plus c later on. It's up to you, but I'm just gonna follow what we've been doing previously to write plus c, but of course we will have plus c later on in general form. This means we have here 1/5 times the natural logarithm of 5x minus 10 plus 1/5 c, or again, generally it's just arbitrary constant c that will describe all. This would then be the antiderivative of the given rational function using the chain rule once we're able to establish that it would fit the criteria of the chain rule following this idea and using the rule for the logarithmic function or the logarithmic rule for antidifferentiation. Okay, this is the answer to this item. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe now.